you desire an audience. And what do you want? Being a noble is always being on top.
Shield brothers!
Huh?
Don't worry. My flames will never hurt you.
The General has asked me to protect you. Not that you need it. A little progress is better than no progress, right?
Don't worry. My flame burns even more beautifully now. Huh?
Shield for others, armor for myself. Let's get started.
The Gruglins are even more erratic than usual. Could these grapes be the reason? What kind of grapes can send these creatures into such a frenzy?
I'm convinced the change in weather caused the south.
I've tried those grapes, and they're really not very good. Who would buy them?
From my understanding, most of these grapes are purchased by the Adamant Syndicate.
Adamant Syndicate. Yes. I heard about them in the capital. A merchant guild that grew quite powerful recently.
Yes, the Adamant Syndicate is a famous merchant guild in Asperia. They've been looking in the past. The Mithril Consortium hardly took notice of them. But now, they're almost on even footing with us. It pains me to say it, but I must admit that they are extremely talented when it comes to doing business. I, however, have no interest in these grapes, as only the nobility can afford them. I only care about the wheat production, and when the wheat is ground into flour and baked into bread, its deliciousness has the potential. But with the weather growing colder by the day, there's no telling what will become of Ryham. It's possible that this year's harvest—
No way! We're gonna put a stop to this crazy weather and bring the warmth back to Ryham.
That's right! And we'll start by finding the real culprit. Chippy won't forgive anyone who burns down the field.
You two are awfully spirited today. We heard what the furballs had to say. What do you think? Hey, you could show a little more concern. After all, you went to the trouble of protecting this place before. Relax. Forget I said anything.
Can you youngsters be a little more low? I remember your faces. You were there when we were putting out the fire. I may be old and forgetful, but I assure you that the people you're describing— come to think of it, I think Hank saw some outsiders around in the wheat fields that evening, but I'm not sure if those are the people you're looking for. Hank is the only fisherman around these parts. He's got no interest in farming, so if you want to talk to him, Keep heading north. Poor Hank's been really worried lately. Ever since this, I don't know the details. You'll have to ask.
Magister, you absolutely have to try this. I've never had the taste.
Take as much as you'd like. My name is True.
We're very grateful for the bread, Chief Truman. If you don't mind, could you share the exact formula with me? I need the flour-to-water ratio, proper kneading techniques, and the...
You're getting ahead of yourself, young lady. This bread doesn't need a special. Many years ago, the legendary mage Merlin saved Ryham from the clutches of hypofiends. A powerful spell was cast, and the weather became as warm as autumn.
But I don't sense any trace of magic in the bread at all.
That's because there are none in there. These loaves of bread are the results of the hard work of our...
But those things wouldn't affect the taste.
I understand this. Where I come from, nature is... The breeze we hear when we greet and embrace our loved ones is different.
I don't understand. He loved the sight of the autumn wind blowing through the waves of grain. He hoped it would never fade.
How would you know, Magister? Please explain.
Before Lord Fran... A pity Lord Franz replaced Southville's wheat crop.
Now that you mention it.
Oh, come on. Don't forget what we came here for. We have to keep searching for who's...
Please let me join the investigation. These loaves of bread are the embodiment of Magister Merlin's I won't forgive anyone who tries to destroy that. Please.
Why do people keep looking for me? Before the fire, I have no... If you're here to interrogate me, just save your breath. Lord Franz didn't send you? Then that's... Since I've already been paid, don't expect me to say anything. I'll split a portion of my take if you promise not to tell Lord Franz. Instead of pestering me here, why don't you go look around? If you find something, Lord Franz might...
What happened? Who's that? You were
A fisherman. He knows something, but...
Oh no. At this rate, weren't you investigating the strange weather in Ryham? Any progress? Do you think he knew you were investigating? If so, someone else may have... Along with the fire. It's possible that the fallen...
What are you whispering about?
Hey, keep those bunny... We don't have much time.
Oh, I almost forgot. You see, before you all arrived, I can... In my experiment, that Merlin's ward...
Weakening?
Yes, not only that, I discovered that another maid attempted...
No! How could this be?
Sir Chippy! As a member of the Lyceum, I would never report something unless I was sure. The magic felt brazen and hot. Whoever was trying to repair the...
Brazen hot magic. I wonder...
I was thinking the same thing. I'm no mind reader. Some things can be... Also, after spending this much...
Tell us, Phelan.
Muriel, the Scarlet Sorcerer. After being accused of starting... If she was trying to repair the wall...
I have no idea.
Chippy doesn't know either. Strange weather, the fire... Oh no! Chippy's brain hurts. Chippy can't figure this out.
Haven't you guys... Things may seem like... I have a feeling that...
Then what are we still...
My waves of knowledge will crush you!
Sorry, did I burn everything down? Oh well.
Lord Franz is in cahoots with bandits.
It looks like our hard work is... We're all thinking the same thing, right? Although fire elementals did appear, it was after the fire started. The real culprits were those people we saw in Southville before. Disguised as locals, they infiltrated the village and set fire to the wheat.
The villagers already had a poor harvest due to the cold weather. If Lord Franz burned that wheat, then what are the villagers supposed to sell? I can't believe he would resort to such underhanded means just to force Northville to plant his grapes.
I'm sure Lord Franz wouldn't just let us Hey, Lord Franz, what are you plotting? What nonsense are you spewing, insolent wretch? Guards, seize... Yeah, if we want to avoid that, we'll need to approach things from a different angle.
I've made a preliminary analysis regarding this. The magic that surrounds Northville is as clear and pure as spring water, while the magic in Southville, on the other hand, is as thick and muddy. The biggest difference between the two is I suspect that those grapes are responsible. To test my hypothesis, I'd like to return to Southville to gather...
How are you going to do that when Lord Franz is guarding those grapes so closely? Unless... Miss Cassidy, don't tell me you plan on stealing some.
It's not stealing if it's for research purposes. Besides, I'm only doing this to get closer to I only need a single tiny grape. No one will ever... Then I'll take my leave. May Dura protect...
Sorry to interrupt, everyone, but Muriel is still being held captive by General Hogan. I need to return to Hollistone and clear her of any wrongdoing. But more importantly, I need to apologize to her in person. Lord Franz was the real culprit all along.
General Hogan will want to know more about what's happening here. I need to make a trip back. Lord Franz will never admit to starting the fire. He holds a lot of power around here. Getting him to confess is something that needs to be discussed with the General. Thanks for the hard work. I'll treat you to whatever you want back in Hollistone. And don't worry, it'll be on the General's dime.
Shield is unbreakable!
Just as I expected.